before we store our parachute.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had that all to myself.
Bet you were smelling pretty ripe, huh?
I was smelling pretty ripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many jumps did you say you had again?
I think it was 29.
29?
29, yeah.
Right on.
29, yeah.
Good jumps.
Yeah.
Did you ever jump at night?
No, we never made a night jump.
Any combat equipment jumps?
Yeah, oh, yeah. You know, I don't know how many, but we had to make those. You know,
Where
that
you're
was
jumping
some
your
of-
pack and your
Yeah,
rifle?
with that container, I forgot.
The
You know, it looked like a
1950 weapons
duffel
case.
bag.
Yeah.
Right on your front, right?
Yeah.
On the front, yeah.
Oh, so you guys had like a musette bag or something? Or?
Yeah, then you got your reserve chute over there, you know, like, I didn't like that too well. I never
reserve
did care for
parachute?
those. Huh?
Having the reserve parachute?
Yeah, your reserve is sitting in just above the
Right above your pack.
pack, yeah. Then you got your, where you got your chute on your back. And I made them, they turn out, some guys probably got hit some of the equipment, you know, but I never had any bad experience. Rigor roads, well, of course not. And
Did you ever pack your own chutes or?
oh yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
Okay.
you had to
So
pack
you knew
the
your
chute.
stuff was
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah, that was easy.
Yeah,
You know,
I never
mean,
packed a parachute.
You never packed?
No,
Yeah.
we had riggers. We had the guys with the red ball caps.
Yeah, they did too. We did too, but you know, like sometimes I just go in, you know, you have access to the packing area. So I don't think it was mandatory that I had to, but you know, you're hanging around there, you're watching the guys, so you pack.
Yeah, you learn
Yeah,
how
I
to do it
just
and-
packed, you know, and which is pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have been more
you
than happy to
could
do
have.
my
Yeah,
own.
anybody could do it. Yeah, but they got, you know, guys to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
So then you got up to Fort Sheridan from Leonardwood for your discharge, and you came home. What was post-military life like for you?
That was a whole different. You felt like you had aged 10 years at least, you know. I think we had at least an idea. Most guys do have you value life more than you did, you know. You just like you grown up, because I was only 18, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was 21 when I
gonna say,
discharged,
54, right.
24, yeah. And it was, you know, you're going out into life. And during that was during the Cultural Revolution, Civil Rights struggle to 54. I recall the hotel, that year, there was I think we had a snowstorm or something. No, that was before.
Did you move back to Michigan? Were you living back in
Yeah, I
Michigan?
went up to Michigan. I went to Michigan and my mom there, but that's a little small town. And there was no jobs there, so I came to Chicago, returned to Chicago. And applied for the GI Bill. I took I didn't complete the course. I took a course in art, American Academy of Art, which is what, you know, I was always interested, have always been interested in art. I took the fundamentals there. Worked at the post office, you know. At the same time, you know, the struggle for civil rights is going on, you know.
Yeah, you said you read a Matthew Henson book, and it
Yeah, that's guy, yeah.
kind of stood out for you. What was that?
That set a course for my life, really. At the age of 9, you know, being an Afro, being a black, you know, you're always told what you can do or what they want to let you do it.
Right. What was the name of the book?
Dark Companion is what it is now, yeah. And I read that book, I was 9, and that really gave me an idea of just what I wanted to accomplish in my life, which was to travel, see the world, and be an artist, and, you know, everything that they said I couldn't do, you know. So I just set out to prove that I could do what I wanted to do.
Prove the naysayers wrong, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I done it. In order to see the world, I joined the Army because, you know, that's what Uncle Sam was promising, join the Army and see the world, young man, so I did.
Right.
Anyway, I'm glad I did. It was, you know, the military to me was nice, except that 1 year. You know, it was, if I had to do over, if I had to do it, I probably would do it different. I probably would have finished school. I would have got more education.
Yeah. Did you never go back to get your high school diploma?
No, I never did. No. I took art, and then I managed to make a living as an artist. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do work as a photographer.
Well, and mostly as a jury.
Doing art,
I
okay.
went to Ghana. I lived there for a while, and
Yeah, you
I
said
got
you lost
into
your ticket, right? And got
yeah.
stayed in Ghana for a while.
Any excuse is better.
Right. How long were you in Ghana? You said 11 years.
I was there for 11 years. Yeah.
Did you make a lot of good friends over there?
Yep, made a lot of good. Got a chance to meet some very influential people, educators, which sort of took me under their wings, and more or less, you know.
Did you travel around Africa a lot then, or did you stay pretty much in Ghana?
Pretty much in West Africa.
Yeah.
Ghana, Togo, the Ivory Coast. Yeah, that was where I was.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So how was the book for you? Like, I know when did you start writing that book?
I started writing that book in '83, I believe.
Okay. How long did it take you to complete it?
A good 3 years. You know, you starting off and you say, gosh, I don't know. It's just like painting a picture of your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so for at least 3 years, I think it was King out. I forgot the exact. I think it was '87 when it was published.
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the book is, like you say, you know, it's an interesting book. It's just my story.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
it's
you
like
got a damn interesting story, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You know,
no problem, man. Thank you for keeping me entertained.
Yeah.
My wife, man, when I brought that book home, she's like, "What the heck are you reading?" I was like, "We're about to find out." You know, what
Did
did
she
a
read
commie
it?
ever do to a black man?
Yeah.
She's not too big on military books.
Yeah, that's
She's,
a lot of people, you know.
I think the closest thing she's come to a military book is she just read Colin Powell's latest book.
Yeah, I
so.
read that one too.
Yeah,
So I think I had it
you know,
twice.
it's my
Yeah.
list of many books to read, but yeah, she said it was a really good read.
It is. It really was, you know.
Yep.
And you can see how now I can see now how it was. We were pioneers, really.
Yeah.
You know, we paved the way for him.
Yeah.
The highest ranking officer during the time that I was in was Davis, I believe.
Okay.
And the Air Force, Davis. And the highest ranking officer, he was a general. I think a brigadier.
He was a fighter pilot, correct?
Yeah, right.
he was
Yeah,
in
B.O.
Vietnam.
Davis. He was in Korea. He served in Korea. I think he could have been a lieutenant general. I'm not quite sure.
I want to say he was a 3-star general.
Three-star?
I just watched a documentary about blacks in the military, and I think he was a 3-star.
3-star?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's he. And the 24th Infantry Division, the highest ranking officer, they said I was a major, but I met our company commander at one time was a captain. You know, they was guys get knocked off pretty fast.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And especially the platoon leaders. And
Well, they were
that was
targets, right? They had the radio man with them, and
yeah, they had
So they
radio
were
men.
directing traffic more or less and shouting orders. And,
Plus, they were wearing those bars.
oh yeah, the silver
And I
bars,
think they discontinued doing that because, you know, they reflect light.
Oh, yeah.
And so you
Yeah.
can see them easy. And you see a white face among a bunch of black faces.
You know that
You
guy's in
say that's
charge.
the leader. That's the target, just like being a machine gunner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I know the machine gunners, like their lifespan were pretty short
Oh,
too.
yeah, they really focus on them, you
Yeah,
know.
because they put down a lot of lead.
Right,
That's for sure.
yeah.
So how do you think the military kind of shaped your life more or less? I know you said a little bit earlier about how you kind of respect life more, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
did you carry your military mentality, you know, well into your years?
Yeah, you know, the military was good for the disciplinary, opened my eyes to the world, like their other culture. And like with most of us, there's a lot of things like veterans that we could probably say that will enlighten the experience of the present soldiers and you know, that's in the service now. You know, from our experience, things have changed a great deal. Now you can punch a button right and wipe out a village somewhere on the other side of the pond, the big pond, you know. Korea, as you know, was the last conventional war that I know. You know, what Vietnam was more or less like on a guerrilla-like style, and now we're like in Iraq and up over there. You know, I think IEDs is probably there, and snipers is probably, which is rough, bad. You know, I wouldn't want to be in it, of course.
Well, and you're fighting insurgents, you know, they're dressed just like the
Insurgents
local
and so forth,
populace.
so you don't know who is who.
Yep.
You know, it's just like, you know, after you're out and you look back and you say, well, gosh, you in Korea, or you in Japan, or you in China, wherever, everybody look like Chinese, you know, so I can't look at a Korean or Chinese or an Oriental for that matter and distinguish which,
What country they're from. Or
yeah,
whatever.
which
Yeah.
I can't do that. I don't think the average American could do that,
Yeah.
especially even in the military. So yeah, it shaped my life. You know, it opened my doors. I respect other cultures and countries. There are good people. There are more good people anywhere you go in the world
Yeah.
than bad people. And the good people, the bad people usually they conceal themselves amongst the good ones.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna tell?
Were you ever involved in the civil rights movement in the 60s?
Well, not really. I checked out the NAACP. I wasn't interested in integrating at that time, you know. And the Muslims, at that time they were called the black Muslims, they helped me out for the disciplinary part, you know, how to clean up myself. I was drunk for the first 3 years, you know, off
Coming
and on.
home from
Yeah, coming
service.
home, you know. And so I cleaned myself up just from listening. Like, and that was good for me. That was Elijah Muhammad. And I respected them, still do, but I respected their life, outlook on life, you know, about things. I didn't want to join anything, you know, organization after
Right,
the service.
right, yeah,
you know.
right.
That was it. And so I just went among all, just like with religious. I respect all, you know, because all of them, they have goodness about them, but bad people get in and they can take advantage of those situations, you know, or belief. So, so that's been more or less my life pattern. Really, is to take the good, take what's good for me, and put it here and keep it. You know, keep it. Somebody else, I'll share it. You know what the hell. So, yeah, it was great for me. Yeah, I mean, I think the average person too. I can say it was. It just brought me to the point like the reality of war is not, I don't see no end to it. I see, I guess that's the way we are, people. We just make war on each other.
Some people are just wired that way.
Yeah,
So,
you know,
just a couple more questions and we can wrap up. But something we ask all of our veterans here when we do these interviews is, how do you feel about the boots that you were issued?
The boot
Yeah, your boots.
service.
Yeah, your service boots. How do you feel about those?
Like I said, those shoe packs was good. I think that's what we called them. You probably have a different name for
Yeah.
them. That was after the regular combat boots,
Right.
which was, I guess it's okay during the warm weather climate thing, but your feet like, you know, your feet get cold, you're miserable in a
Oh, yeah.
way. And so that's just about all I can sum up on you know, on the boots.
Yeah.
It's
So then what's your opinion on somebody that's willing to serve their own country in the military?
I say, you know, I'm asked that question because I speak at different schools and, you know, high school, especially during Black History Month and so forth, you know. First, I would encourage, like, if it's possible, for the educational reason, great, you can't beat it, you know, but then you have to decide what field of education you want to pursue because, you know, you might want to be a fighter pilot, everybody want to be a fighter pilot, you know, but you got to have some college background on that. When I went in, of course, you could, I think it was the 6th grade, I don't know, you know, now you need to at least finish high school. So I encourage, like, if it's possible to go to college, you know, say your family was able to, you know, finance your way through college, you know, check it out, do it. I would encourage that. And for the, if your family is not, then sure, join. It's great for the disciplinary you know, for your discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also for give you a chance to travel and meet other people. And it's not like it was when I was in. They don't have to, they're not encountering the different races,
Yeah.
which was really, it make a lot of guys screw up, you know. And, you know, you just get fed up and you end up in prison or something, you know, or worse. But I think the military could be good because, like I said, you know, military is not the one that make the war, you know. And I also encourage them to vote, especially, you know, you're 18 above. I think when I was there, you had to be 21 before you could qualify. Like, I mean, I could kill in a war, and I could decide whether a person live or not, you know, in a war, but I wasn't able to vote.
Couldn't come home.
Because I wasn't old enough. You had to be 20. So now, you know, they have that privilege of voting, the privilege of voting, period, which is a right. And so I encourage that. But other than that, I think but once you know, there are consequences to decision. And I don't think that's what a lot of our people, all people, they have to think about it first. If I had to do it, I probably would like to learn as much as I could about the military before, you know, at least you got a sort of a heads up.
You're not getting blindsided by it so
right,
much.
You know, because they have propaganda on all sides, you know. But when it comes to, like, this is our country, and this is the only country we got, you know, no matter what nationality you come from. And it's like, I say it's like a battleship, like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
If it ever sink, everyone on it's going to go down. And some things you may disagree with, it's up to us or it's up to them to correct those things, you know. And by speaking up, like I'm a senior, so I can speak up. Like I don't have a job. You know, seniors can speak up, right? Yeah. So I just think, you know, I think this is a great country. I would, you know, you know, and I've been to other places before. And I've seen people who sacrifice a lot just to get here, to enjoy some of the benefits that we take for granted here, you know. And this is just some of the advice that I give the young generation, you know, say, so bottom line, really, I guess you all you got, you know, so take care of it.
Can't trust nobody but number one. That's right.
You know, here. So,
well, Mr. Morrow, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Oh, right, you're welcome.
The library thanks you definitely, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you. So.
Right, thank you.
Thank you again, sir.
Okay.